Let me know, guys, if my screen is visible to everyone. Just put me chat yes if it is visible.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
All right, great. Thank you. So, hi everyone. First of all, welcome to Networkings and myself Pankaj. I'll be your instructor for this Palo Alto all together. Enjoy this very exciting and one of the demanding training module in a market, that is a Palo Alto Firewall. So let's start our session without further any delay. So I can see. So guys, just one for the just follow the rule. If you are not speaking, you can just mute yourself. So there would be no any background noise. And in addition of that, whenever you feel like you need to ask any question, you welcome to ask any question. You can just put that question in a chat. Or still you want to ask, you just unmute yourself and ask your questions. There is no problem. Okay. So it's up to you guys. All right. So all good. So as I told myself, Pankaj, and I have more than 13 years of experience, and I'm just instructor for the Palo Alto Firewall, SD-WAN, like other technology also I'm dealing like in core NRC. I can see like JScaler part also. So I have a lot of experience in the designing, implementation, and the training as well. So I'm also a working professional. Somewhere I'm working. So I have also very good hands-on knowledge, and still day by day I'm doing that all kind of the job for the corporate world. And meanwhile, I'm also helping the people to grow in their career, so they can go to the next level, or they can learn the technology, they can enjoy and feel the how the technology looks like and how they work in the real environment. So hope we all having a very good experience throughout the session and throughout the journey of this Palo Alto session. So here we just cover that the entirely Palo Alto firewall, that is the firewall, and we'll talk about the all kind of the flavor of the firewall, like the virtual, the physical, different module of the firewalls, why we are using this firewall. So that all are going to cover throughout this session. So let me just start. So before you start, we have to understand like why we need a firewall. So just might be the this question everyone think in their mind like why actually the firewall is very important and why it is required. Without firewall, why we can't run our network? So that's really a valid question, and this is a good question if it is coming in your mind. And if this question is coming in your mind and you are not aware about that, or you having very limited knowledge, that means you are not very good, you don't have very good understanding. No worry about that. I'll help you throughout the journey. Why the firewall is play the critical or vital role in any kind of the networking, where you are just trying to connect one network to another network. Uh, it may be the corporate, it may be your home network, but still uh, firewall is required. Even you are working on your laptop that is connected to the Wi-Fi network, that also building one network that is from the internet. And there also, that your laptop also having the firewall module. So that is also trying to protect your laptop from any kind of the vulnerability, unauthorized access and all. So firewall is everywhere. Whenever you talk about the network, the firewall will present there. And it is important because if you are not going to use a firewall, then you are just like just think in this way. Let's say suppose you build very good home, and you place very good material inside of the home, very expensive things inside the home, and you don't putting the doors. Okay. Hello, your voice is very low. I'm actually Smriti, boss, you are speaking. Your voice is very low. I am not able to hear you. Can you just adjust your mic? No, still not. Yeah. Can you put your question if you're having anything in chat? Because I'm not able to hear you. I'm not sure what other people having the experience, but I'm not able to hear you, to be very frank. There is some problem, I believe. All right, guys. So let me just continue with my story, what I'm trying to tell you about the firewall. So, hello. Hey guys, you guys are able to hear me clearly?
Yes,
Yes,
sir,
yes.
your
Yes,
voice
sir.
is
Yes, sir.
breaking.
You
We
you
can
can
hear you,
continue,
but
sir. पता ही किया था
Yeah,
मैंने, लेकिन
Pankaj,
वो
it's
ऐसा बात करते
voice,
हैं ना तो
everything is clear. You can continue.
continue, sir.
Okay, okay. Okay. So, all right, guys. So I was telling, let's say suppose you build a very beautiful home and you just, design a very beautiful homes and you just try to put everything very expensive inside of the home. Okay. But just think, after putting very expensive thing, very, as per your wish, as per your requirement and expensive things inside of the home, but you're not putting the, door inside of your, like, in front of your home. So what is going to happen? Anybody can come and try to, steal the things from your home or try to do and manipulate the things. Let's say suppose can do anything because you are not having any restrictions. Nobody going to check that who is coming or who is not going to, come. So you are not sure, right? But if you put the door and the door is locked, so before people come in, before try to come inside, they have to knock the door. And if they are knocking the door, then you must be allow or deny. There could be the two possibility. You could going to be allow or deny. If you think this person is right and he should enter my home, then you are just going to open a door. Hey, welcome. Just you greet them, you welcome them. Then they are going to come inside your home, and then they can visit your home. They can, just think this is a like very right, authentic person. They are not going to harm anything inside of my expensive things, whatever I have in my house. So the same thing, if you think this is not good person, I don't know him, you can straight away deny. You are not going to open a door. Hey, you can just go away. I'm not going to allow to enter my home because I don't know who are you. You might be disturb my home. You might be, do some bad thing with me. Anything you can do because I don't know who are you. I don't know your identity. So why should I allow you? So this is like very layman story, and you can think about this. So similar, if I try to replicate this thing with a firewall, what is going to happen in the networking environment? Let's say suppose you having an organization and you having a very good servers, you having a very good computers, you having very good infrastructures. Okay, but you just taken the lease line with ISP, and you having a very good internet speed, internet connectivity, everything is fine, and you deployed very good application on the server. You just store very good, database inside your servers, or might be some confidential information inside your laptop. But that is very plain. That means it's open internet and anybody can come outside, and if they try to run some algorithm, they know the hacking techniques, they can easily steal your confidential data. They can access their servers because you are not protecting, you are not applying any door to check whether that person that is coming from the internet. Might be I am the hacker, I'm sitting in the internet and you're very good design your network, but there is no any protection. Just think it's very plain. So if I have some kind of the hacking technique, I know that I know how to read the packet, IP packet and all. So I can sniff your data. I can sniff your data. I can see what you are doing inside of the company, and I can steal any kind of database. I can manipulate the things. So that is going to happen. And this is like not fake. This is the real things I'm telling. This is going to be happen. Okay. If you're not protecting, but if you're very smart, you know that person are not good outside of the world. Might be some are good, but still there is some bad person also. They are doing the malicious things. When I use the word the malicious, that you think I'm just telling the bad person, they can do the bad things. Okay. So that means any person is coming from outside and they can try to do some bad thing to my network. So I can place one of the things that is the firewall. Okay. And that firewall is just acting as a like wall or door. And that door, you can say, think here, let's say suppose this is your one of the firewall, you can see firewall, and this is a door, and this door is going to protect your laptop, your server, whenever anyone coming to go from this firewall to your network. So likewise, the window door, what by talking about the home, similarly, when the internet world, any user try to access your PC, try to access your server, firewall is going to check, hey, are you authorized to access my laptop? Are you whitelisted? Do you have valid right? Do you have valid certificate? If everything he is going to prove, yes, I am valid, then this firewall is going to allow, hey, you can go and access the, things. But if firewall found this is not, this particular user doesn't have the all requirement what he should have, then he is going to deny that. So the traffic is going to drop. So basically, in other word, I can say this is the one of the robust or like mandatory thing, and that is a modern network requirement. Without this firewall, your network is not going to be protected. Okay. So we have to have placed these firewalls to protect our network, protect our data center, protect our offices. So that's why firewall is very important. So any kind of this malicious information, any vulnerability, any virus, any spyware, any kind of unauthorized signatures or like malicious signatures going to try to hack your system, try to do some malicious thing to your network, that firewall is going to protect you. So hope this is clear to everyone why the firewall is very important. Just put yes if you understand this concept in the chat. Okay. Let me see. People are asking, can you speak in Hindi, sir? Yeah, definitely, Reena. I can speak in Hindi, but might be there might be some one who probably not understand in Hindi.
But you can explain in Hindi and English both, na?
Okay, okay, definitely. So आप लोगों को ये क्लियर हो गया कि हमें फायरवॉल क्यों चाहिए? किसी को डाउट है यहाँ तक?
No, sir, no doubt.
No doubt, right? So I think Babu Chaudhary is saying we can't understand Hindi. So this is the problem. What I feel when we having a multiple people. All right. So मैं कोशिश करूँगा. I can try to speak in Hindi and English both. But today is a demo session. Okay. So I'll try to cover more in English. Okay. बट जब हम कंटिन्यू करेंगे अपने क्लासेस, तो अगर किसी को स्पेसिफिकली कोई चीज समझ में ना आए, सो आई विल ट्राई टू डेमोन्स्ट्रेट इन हिंदी आल्सो. ठीक है. आई विल मेक दैट श्योर. ओके, कि किसी को कुछ छूटे नहीं. आई विल जस्ट एक्सप्लेन थिंग्स इन इंग्लिश एंड आल्सो इन हिंदी, इन बोथ वे. ओके, सो जस्ट पुट मी इन चैट इफ यू आर नॉट अंडरस्टैंड इन इंग्लिश. ओके. ओके, जोजी जॉन प्लीज यूज इन इंग्लिश. मुझे हिंदी नहीं मालूम. यू राइट वेरी वेल हिंदी, जोजी. All right. So networking English only, sir. Okay. All right. So let me just go a little bit deeper dive. So in terms of the firewall, so we are talking more specific about the Palo Alto. So here we having some flavor of the Palo Alto firewalls. So where we are going to stay and what we are going to cover, that I'll just explain. So we having a three flavor of the Palo Alto, like three product they are delivering right now in the market. One is the Strata PS Reach. That is a Palo Alto firewall for which we are going to cover. Okay, right now. Another we having the Prisma Access, and another having Cortex XDR. Okay, so these are the three flavors portfolio we can say Palo Alto have. And right now we are started, we are going to talk where we'll discuss that the next generation firewall. And in this next generation, we will talk about the physical firewall, we talk about the virtual firewall, and we'll talk about the what is the application ID, user ID, and content ID, device ID. These are the features. But in addition of that, we'll talk more about the all firewall content. And that also you right away about the course content, what I'm going to cover throughout the session. And apart from that, we having a Prisma access. That is the I can say this is the modern network requirement that Prisma access is going to actually solve that problem. And where we talk about the SASE, that secure access services, might be many of you heard this is the first or new word this time, but no worry, this term you'll find in throughout the journey when you are want to grow your career in the networking. That is SASE. You have to just remember this bad, SASE, SASE. So this SASE is stand for Secure Access Service Edge, where it contain the next generation firewall, that is a firewall as a service, secure web gateway, zero trust network access. So these are the combination of the three flavors that become the SASE. So we are not going to cover here, but I'm just giving an idea how SASE looks like. If you're having a curiosity someone, then you can go and learn about that. This is a very big topic. Then additionally, Prisma Cloud, they having a cloud features also. They also deliver a lot of thing in the cloud, and they also deal in the SD-WAN. So they all flavor comes in the Prisma Access. So if someone is trying to cover the Prisma Access, that is very advanced level, they can do that also. But for that, if you don't know this one, probably you're having a very difficulty to understand this one. So the base is this one. Even this is not base, I can say majority of the feature is just copied from here and used in here. That is a firewall as a service. The all concept remain is the same in the firewall as a service. The additional comment, that is secure web gateway and zero trust network access, that is going to be added in the Prisma access if you talk about the SASE. All right, SD-WAN is a different thing. So next generation SD-WAN, probably this is the very new technology, and every vendor is doing great job in the SD-WAN solution. So Cisco having their SD-WAN, Viptela, that is known as a Viptela, Silver Peak having their SD-WAN. Likewise, the Palo Alto also they are having the SD-WAN. Similarly, Cortex is one of the tool automation they use for the automation, orchestrations, monitoring. So all things, if you want to use, they having this platform also, you can use that. So these are the three portfolio that is used by the Palo Alto. And we are going to stay on the Strata PS series, and that we are talking about the Palo Alto Firewalls. So the next question might be coming in your mind, why we should learn Palo Alto? We having a lot of flavor in the market. We having a Checkpoint, we having a Fortinet, we having the Cisco SA, we having a lot of model, we having suppose firewall, we having, although we have a lot of very long list. I'll show you here. But why we use, and why you should go for the Palo Alto only? Okay, so that might be question in your mind. So let me just give some brief idea. Why the Palo Alto is very popular in the market, and why everyone and every customer is choosing most this firewall for their network. So there is a reason, and the reason is going to tell this slide. So what is happening? We having one of the organization that is known as a Gartner. Okay, see that this is known as a Gartner. So this is the this organization is keep doing the technical evolution for the all the vendors who is doing different services in different sectors. So based on their performance and the customer review, they rate them how they stand in the market. So similarly, we having a very latest rating in the November last year only, just 2-3 months, around 4 months back. So this was the last rating we have, where it is saying, Gartner report is saying, Palo Alto is the market leader. Any other vendors, whatever have Fortinet, Checkpoint, Cisco, see, they all are below from the Palo Alto. So still, since long, Palo Alto is leading the market. And why it is leading the market? There must be some having a very good feature. The product is very robust. So might be if you think about, in other words, there is a mobile industries. Okay, why Apple is always in a top? Might be many people having, their mind in a question, why Apple is, leading in the market. They having very good cost, but still people having like very craze about the Apple, because they build a product like a premium. They're having a very great feature that probably, play Google Play or like Android based phones are not going to beat them. Might be some features could be great in the Android also, that is not possible in the iOS, but still people are very crazy. But in Palo Alto Firewall, the similar thing, Palo Alto having few great feature that another firewall doesn't have. Okay. So similarly, you can see that these are the three like leaders in the market, and out of three, Palo Alto is leader, and that is above from the Fortinet and Checkpoint. And you can see challengers. We having a Cisco firewall. Still, Cisco is leading a market from different sector, but in firewall segment, it is lacking somewhere from these three firewalls. And you can see we having other firewalls also, Microsoft, Huawei, Juniper, Alibaba, and you can see like different vendor having a different firewall. You can see Suppose is also here, Sonic Firewall is also here, and a lot of Versa Network also firewall having here. So the moral of the story is that the Palo Alto is leading in the market, and that's why it's like very, become very popular. So that's why one of the reason everyone is talking to the firewall. Now another reason, let me just explain this slide. You can see if we go and try to compare from Palo Alto to the Checkpoint, Palo Alto to Cisco, Fortinet to Palo Alto, these are the might be everyone know about these four vendors. So if I try to compare these all four, might be we will see how the things looks like. So you can see the rating perspective, we having a different criteria. Ratings we having security performance, we having a values in term of the like money, how it is going to add value, how to save your cost. Yes, someone is asking something.
हाँ सर, स्क्रीन थोड़ी लार्ज कर सकते हो, ये बहुत ही छोटा है, दिख ही नहीं पढ़ा ही नहीं पा रहा.
Okay.
I can't read it.
Okay, sorry, let me just, थोड़ी स्लाइड मेरी छोटी है. अभी ठीक लग रहा है?
हाँ सर.
Okay.
No, it's fine, sir.
Okay. So what I am talking, so you can see here, we having like a Checkpoint, Palo Alto, Cisco, and Fortinet, and we having a different rating mechanism you have. So someone firewall having, guys, please mute yourself. I'm requesting. Okay. So it is disturbing if someone is not muting. So you can see here. So in terms of the ratings, so if I compare to Checkpoint and the Palo Alto, you can see these are the ratings where best, very good and fair. So these are the four category. So in terms of the security performance, Palo Alto stand more secure than Checkpoint. It doesn't mean Checkpoint is not going to secure your network. It is, but the main is they're having some more features in compared to the Checkpoint. So just the features, might be I can do n number of things in the Checkpoint, Palo Alto, but that is not possible. That might be n-1 from the Checkpoint. So few might be 10 security feature I have here. Here might be 9. So that could be the like slighter difference we have, but still Palo Alto having the great security features in compared to the Checkpoint. Similarly, if you compare to the Cisco, they also, and Fortinet, they having the similar kind of the security performance. So you can see Palo Alto, Cisco, and Palo Alto Fortinet, and Palo Alto Checkpoint. So Palo Alto Fortinet having a similar security performance, but still Cisco and Checkpoint having a lower than the Palo Alto. So this is the first thing. The value that you can see that Checkpoint is fair, that Palo Alto is good, Cisco is fair still, and Fortinet is also fair. Like Fortinet is very best. So here Fortinet is leading the Palo Alto, but Palo Alto is leading on Checkpoint and the Cisco. So that is like in terms of the values, but still here Fortinet is leading. So you can see very interesting differences. Similarly, if I talk about the implementation, so you can see in terms of the implementation, that Palo Alto is very easy. Checkpoint is also easy because their DNA are same. They having almost similar GUI platform to do that implementation. That's why. But Cisco having a challenge. There is a problem. And if you talk about the Fortinet, again, it having the complexity. So that means the Palo Alto and checkpoint in terms of the implementation. So let's say I'm an engineer. I have a 4 platform to implement the one ACL. So might be I'll be more comfortable to implement on the checkpoint in the Palo Alto, but I'll struggle to do in the Fortinet and the Cisco. More on Cisco than Fortinet. So this is like how we are like feeling while doing the implementation. That is the implementation. Management, you can see still Palo Alto having the very great in terms of the Fortinet. Cisco is also lacking. Palo Alto is leading. You can see here Palo Alto is leading, and Checkpoint is also leading in terms of the management. Last, like second last, we're having a support. You can see Palo Alto support is very good, but Cisco, you know that Cisco support is also good, but Fortinet and Checkpoint support is lacking. So you can see Cisco and Palo Alto support are very good here. Similarly, like cloud features, so different vendor having a different cloud features. Here, Checkpoint is leading in the cloud features, but Palo Alto is lacking, and Fortinet is also lacking. And you can see like Cisco is also lacking, but leader is the Checkpoint. So these are the different performance criteria that having a like different feature for the different firewall, but overall rating remains with the Palo Alto in terms of the Gartner because it's the best firewall. Okay, so this is how we classify this Palo Alto firewalls. Okay, now the next thing, let me just cover. After covering this course, so what we are going to achieve that. So that we having a 2 certification in the Palo Alto. That first one known as the PCNSA, that is a Palo Alto Network Certified Network Security Administrator. So that is absolutely going to be covered. None of topic is going to be left. So this is my commitment. So this is going to be fully covered. After completing this course, you can easily crack this exam. There is no if and but. There is another module that PCNSE. Okay. So in this syllabus, we are going to cover more than 85% syllabus of PCNSE. Okay. 15% might be you have to cover in the advanced level of the Palo Alto trainings or by your own. But in this syllabus, we are going to cover more than 80-85% courses here. So you can easily, even by doing your self-study, you can crack this exam also. So there is no problem. It's going to happen. You can see the examination post also here is available. Yeah. Now ask me the question if you have anything till now.
हाँ सर, मुझे एक सवाल है कि आप ये जो भी क्लासेस होने वाले उसमें माइग्रेशन कवर करने वाले हो, माइग्रेशन फिर आईपी सेक्टर्नल और ट्रबल शूटिंग?
Okay, that's a really good question. Can I hold your question for some time? I'll ask.
Yes,
I'll
sir.
keep the answer. Okay, so I noted your question. आप और किसी का कोई क्वेश्चन है, कोई पूछना
Yes, sir,
चाहता है?
I have a question. Sir, labs so they are providing in this course?
Yes, that is also a good question regarding labs. I'll talk about this also. Anything else you have?
Sir, I have a question. We are
Yes.
going to cover Prisma, as you
No,
told about that.
no, we are not going to touch Prisma in this course. This is like next level of the training. And if you don't know this one,
So we are going
even
to cover first content.
we are going to
Hello?
cover entire these two syllabus. This syllabus,
Okay.
Prisma is some different one. So if you are looking for the PCNSA, PCNSE, that is fine for you. So this just think about CCNN, CCNP from Cisco perspective, okay? And this is something
Okay.
like advanced CCI things. You think about that. Prisma is like, okay? So we are talking about this one, yeah? Now, who is asking the question?
Hello.
Sir, could you teach me the real-time scenarios?
Yes, all scenario is
जैसे
going
कि
to be real time.
एक एग्जांपल मैं फायरवॉल ऐसा डिजाइन करना चाहता हूँ, मेरे कंपनी से जो भी नेटवर्क जाएगा, आउटबाउंड के लिए एक फायरवॉल होगा और इनबाउंड के लिए दूसरा फायरवॉल होगा.
ठीक है, अभी मैं आपको भी दिखाता हूँ. अभी मैंने आपने क्वेश्चन पूछा है ना, मैं वो भी दिखाता हूँ. ठीक है, मेरे पास रियल टाइम अभी बनी हुई है चीजें, ये सारी चीजें. बहुत अच्छा क्वेश्चन है आपका. ठीक है, तो आपको शायद थोड़ा लुक एंड फील होगा. और किसी का कोई क्वेश्चन, फिर मैं आगे स्टार्ट करूँ.
सर मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है कि आप हिंदी और इंग्लिश दोनों में करा दीजिए।
ठीक है, तो अभी हिंदी में
आई
बात
कैन अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट यू
हाँ
आर
सर,
सेइंग, डीपली जो सर बारीक से सीखना है ना, वो मुझे थोड़ा सा हिंदी में भी बताइएगा।
हाँ सर, मेरी
बारीक
भी
से
यही
तो
रिक्वेस्ट है,
एग्जांपल,
क्योंकि
नंबर ऑफ
अब
एग्जांपल फॉर
सर
इंग्लिश,
हमारा भी
हिंदी में
यही रिक्वेस्ट
एक
है।
एग्जांपल दे दीजिए।
अच्छा
आप
ठीक
पहले
है।
हिंदी में पहले बढ़ाना, फिर बाद में उसका ट्रांसलेट करके इंग्लिश में बता
हाँ,
देना, क्योंकि
जिसमें
मुझे
सबको
लगता है कि मैं
दिक्कत ना
हाँ
आपको
हो।
हिंदी में
अच्छा ठीक है, टुडे इज डेमो क्लास, विल वर्क आउट ऑन दिस इंटरनली, कैसे करना है, ठीक है। आई हैव टू कंसल्ट विद लाइक concerned team also without giving any commitment for right now, so try to understand, but
सर मैंने
I,
कंसल्टेंट टीम से बात अभी की है, वो कह रहे हैं आपसे बात करने को, तभी मैंने
अच्छा ऐसा ऐसा है क्या? चलो
जी।
ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं, कोई बात नहीं, अभी हम हिंदी इंग्लिश दोनों बात कर रहे हैं, बट
सर
इसकी मैं
वी
गारंटी
आर वेरी
देता हूँ।
फास्ट।
सॉरी,
सर बहुत तेज है हम।
बहुत तेज है हम, अच्छा ओके ओके, नो प्रॉब्लम, गुड गुड। सो नाउ
सर एक क्वेश्चन है सर।
बताइए।
सर ये दोनों जो कोर्सेस है ना, जो अभी फिलहाल के प्रेजेंटली जो भी कौन सा भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में क्या ये यूज करते हैं क्या?
सर मैं जो आपको अभी पढ़ाने वाला हूँ ना,
Okay.
ये रियल टाइम कोर्सेस हैं और रियल टाइम ही यूज होते हैं, मतलब बिल्कुल रियल टाइम सिनेरियो, दैट इज नॉट समथिंग कि सिर्फ सिमुलेट करना आपको, ठीक है।
सर
आपको
ये
अभी
दोनों कोर्स एक साथ मतलब साथ में पढ़ाई होगा या अलग अलग?
से व्हाट आई एम सेइंग, देखो से आपको बताता हूँ, देखो ये मैं सिलेबस कवर करने जा रहा हूँ, ठीक है। आप लोग सिलेबस खोल के देख लेना, देखो ये मेरा सिलेबस है, व्हाट आई एम गोइंग टू कवर, आई हैव अ टोटल 12 मॉड्यूल, ओके, इन दिस सिलेबस। सो लेट मी जस्ट ब्रीफ आउट दिस मॉड्यूल, आप लोगों को मैं मॉड्यूल बता देता हूँ, फिर आप लोगों को अपने आप आइडिया हो जाएगा। आई एम जस्ट गिवन द हिंट व्हाट वी आर गोइंग टू कवर इन टर्म ऑफ दिस टू सिलेबस। सो जैसे ही हम पूरा ये 12 मॉड्यूल खत्म करेंगे, इसमें आपका जो सेकेंड भी है सिलेबस, इसका मोर देन 80-85% कवर हो जाएगा, ठीक है। तो कुछ चीजें हैं जो मैं नहीं करा सकता, देयर इज सम इशू, कुछ लिमिटेशंस भी होती हैं, एडवांस के लिए उसको रखना पड़ता है, सो दैट वी आर कवर इन द एडवांस ओनली। बट अभी जो कोर्सेस हैं, let's say suppose I'm going to cover these 9 modules. So in these 9 module, what I'm going to cover? So in the first module, I'm going to cover single pass architecture with the parallel processing, with the flow logic. So this is a completely packet flow, how the firewall react and act with when the packet hits the firewall, okay?
Sir,
And उसके
sir,
बाद
sorry,
उसको कैसे
sorry for
प्रोसेस
interrupt, sir.
करता है? Yeah.
Yeah, sorry for interrupt, sir. Sir, I have one question, sir.
Your voice is breaking, Amit. I believe
Will you
Amit
cover,
is speaking, right?
sir, will you cover Global Protect VPN in this course?
No, global product is not in part of this syllabus. So that's why I'm saying this is my syllabus, what I'm going to cover right now. Let me just explain and then you can ask the questions. Just
Okay.
hold 5-10 minutes your questions. Okay, let me just quickly cover the few things what I have the questions. Then I give another slot to ask the questions. Okay, so just mute yourself. Let me just cover what I'm going to cover throughout this session, and then I'll go through the labs, how the labs looks like. I'll demonstrate the real time demo today with the real configuration, how the firewall is going to be configured. That also I'm planning to do that, okay? But you have to, you all have to support me. Yes, Smriti, tell me, your voice is very low again. Yeah. Yeah, I told you easily going to crack this one, and you are going to complete more than 80-85% course of this PCNSE certification. Yes, you are eligible. If you are covering, I'm not going to teach something which is out of syllabus. Let me just open book. So I have a very robust book that is from Palo Alto. See, this is the book I'm going to use. So this is the Palo Alto book. This is the PDF copy you guys also receive. This is not built by me. This is built by the Palo Alto Firewall. Okay, Palo Alto company. So this is book is designed by the Palo Alto, and we are going to just follow the entire syllabus from this book. Okay, see that? So everything that is mentioned in this book, few topics I am not going to cover, which is not in my slide, but the remaining syllabus is going to as per the content provided by Cisco only, as per the syllabus designed by the Cisco only. So no worry about that. Okay. So I'm not going to teach something which is I created because I didn't create anything. Okay. I'll just follow the like official certification guide and all.
ये बुक शेयर करेंगे क्या?
हाँ हाँ बिल्कुल, ये आप लोग को बुक मिलेगी, ये सारे कंटेंट है ना, बुक है, पैकेट फ्लो, ये सारी चीजें हैं, आप लोगों को नोट्स, कुछ लैब गाइड्स जो मेरे पास हैं, कुछ कुछ सारे का तो नहीं है, बट आई विल गिव यू। और बाकी चीजें आप लोग को रिकॉर्डेड रहेगा, सब कुछ जो मैं पढ़ाऊंगा आप कभी रिकॉर्डिंग देखो, उसको अपने आप उसको प्रैक्टिस करो आप लोग। सो देयर इज लाइक थिंग्स विल बी अवेलेबल विद यू गाइस।
Guys, today is a demo session, so I think it's better you
Hello?
can put your question after
Yeah.
ending after this session. So, Pankaj sir, we have a limit till 8:15, so please go ahead and continue.
Okay. So guys, just I'm saying, just hold your questions. Let me just quickly go through my syllabus and demo. Then we can have a Q&A session. No worry about that. Okay. So I'll give a lot of time to you. Okay. Let me just continue this. So this is the module that I'm going to cover. That is the module 1, where the platform and architecture, and then initial configurations, how the firewall is going to be configured, how the first time newly firewall is going to be built, and how it is going to interact with your network, licensing and software, how it is going to be happen, account administration, how the different account is going to be built and created, and how the user is going to log into the firewall. So these all information I am going to cover with the lab, proper lab I have, and I'll show how it is going to be happen. Then we'll do the interface level of the configuration. We having a different type of interface in the firewalls, that is like a layer 2, layer 3 virtual wire and tab and sub interfaces. Addition of that, we'll understand what is security zones, security policy, NAT policy. That in NAT, we understand what is a source NAT, what is destination NAT, what is a U-turn NAT, what is a dual NAT. So you can see the flavor of NAT we are going to cover, and not a theoretical. Everything will be practical. So you guys can look and feel like how the things is going to be happen. So these policy, security policy configuration, administration, how the policies should be administrated, how can be sequence, how can be arrange the policy, then we are going to just understand. And NAT, all flavor we are going to talk, none of the flavor I'm going to untouched. So this is also going to cover. Apart from that, we are going to cover like application ID in very detail, how the application ID looks like in terms of like firewalls, how the application is going to be changed, how to behave when the packet hits the firewall, how we can group, how we can filter. Then definitely we'll understand about the content ID. So what inside of the going of the content, is there any virus, is there any anti-spyware, vulnerability, URL filtering we have to apply, you want to block something, allow something, you want to do data filtering, DOS protection. These all things we are going to cover in the content ID. In addition of that, security profile and file blocking, different file can be how can be blocked, and the what is a wildfire and how we can use in the our firewalls. So that is also going to be covered. So this is the same feature that is available in the Cisco ASA file, that is known as the IPS, intrusion prevention system, and detection, also having the IDS, that is detection, and this is the prevention. So these are the content ID, the same kind of the thing you can think about. The firewall is going to be perform various action, and based on action, if something looks not good, they are going to take action, either it's allow or deny. So these all come inside of the content ID in the file blocking. So this is going to cover in the module 6 and 7. The most important thing, SSL decryption you are going to talk, how the certificate management is going to be happen, how the outbound SSL decryption is going to happen, how the inbound SSL decryption is going to be happen. So these all is going to be happen, and that is going to be done in our demo class, like our actual classes. Okay. In addition of that, what else? We'll understand real time how the user ID is going to be interact with the Palo Alto firewall, how based on the users, how we can going to allow certain traffic, can block, how the user IP can be in map, how it is going to interact with the AD. So we having the AD server also in real time in the firewall, and I can show you some labs right away. So in this AD, we probably see that how they are just going to talk to AD, and based on the AD, how they are just going to take various actions. Okay. So this is also I'm going to talk. So probably see that this is just I'm giving the overviews. This is the labs which we covered in the last sessions. You can see we having the AD servers, we having the FTP servers. So we having a various users. If they are going to talk some internet and some other zones, the firewall is going to, based on the users detail, they are going to allow or block that action we are going to cover here. Okay. So apart from that, we also having the side-to-side VPN. And someone is asking, are we going to cover? Yes, we are going to cover completely in very detail side-to-side VPN.
So your voice is not clear.
Sir, your voice is not coming.
So if you guys want the session, that you can read from here and take a reference. Okay, so that is also going to be covered. There is no problem. And apart from that, we'll understand about the basic reporting, the dashboard logging, and basic reports, panorama understanding. So we understand about the panorama, but we having some limitation. We can't do all labs for the panorama, but at least we can know how panorama is required for this Palo Alto and how we can basically manage the things or firewall from the panorama. So we'll try to simulate that things also, but I'm just telling you very honest, we don't have a license for the panorama, so we cannot do all the things for the panorama. But you guys understand at least how to work with the panorama, and how we lock in, what is a pre-rule, what is a post-rule, how to arrange the policy, how to upgrade the iOS system, how to add the devices. That level of knowledge I am going to give you the panorama. And whatever the flavor of the panorama, how when we can use the as a log collector, or when I can use as a manage to the firewall. So that level of insight I'm going to give, but lab is not going to execute it. That is the only one thing is not possible because we don't have license. Okay, right now. But you understand that. And then after we having the active passive high availability solution, active and active passive, both flavor I'm going to cover in very detail. So that is going to cover. So you can see I cover entirely all topic in this session except one, that is a global protect. So that is only not cover here. If I cover that topic also, almost 100% of topic will be covered for the this PCNSE, but that is not covered here. So that's why I say some of the things you have to do by your own, but 85% things you will complete it by doing this syllabus. Okay, so this is about this entire content what I'm going to deliver. Now I'm going to talk about the labs part, how you guys are going to enjoy the labs. So let me just quickly so see, might be after registering yourself with the organization, you'll get username and password like me, and you have to just do put your username and password, and then after you'll get this kind of the lab access. So let's say suppose I have a previous batch. You can see how many labs I have just created here. So here you can see that we having a user ID, content ID, layer 2, layer 3, HA, active passive, active, tap mode, panorama, decryption, VWire, side to side, some test lab also there. So having a lot of lab here, and we created previous batches, and we done testing. So likewise also for you guys also we do the similar things, and we'll try to do lab from here. So let me see, let me just create one lab for you guys and see how it is going to be happen. So anyone is facing the issue, my voice is not audible to them? I can see some people are
Earlier is not coming. Now is coming. Now is working.
Okay.
Now you're audible.
So okay, great. So let me guys, so regarding labs, so I have a question also regarding how the labs is going to be happen. So lab is fully going to provide by the our side. You just guys have to use your credential and just start doing your lab. So how the lab is going to happen? So let's say suppose I'm going to very first lab, I want to just demonstrate you how one firewall is going to be configured. So first lab, okay. So I'll
सर
just
अगर
put a
खुद का
name.
लैब सेटअप करना चाहे तो उसके लिए कितना रैम मतलब कि होना चाहिए लैपटॉप में VMware में?
At least you have to have 32 GB RAM, then 2 firewall is going to work in very good manner. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, at least 32 GB RAM. You can run with the.
4 GB RAM.
Sir, you are not audible.
So I just want to do the first lab. Let's say suppose I want to configure a firewall. Okay. So how I can first log into the firewall, how I can configure to the firewall, and how I can get the console access to the firewall, how I can get the GUI access to the firewall. So that might be question everyone having in their mind. Okay. So let's say suppose you are very new in the firewall domain, but you don't know how to configure the firewall. So let me just give the very basic things so you guys understand how very zero we can start doing the configuration of the firewall. Although we are going to cover the theoretical part and going to do the labs, but today's a demo, so at least we try to understand how we can do the basic firewall configuration in the real like world scenario. So let's suppose first to configure the any firewall, I need one firewall. So how can I get that firewall? So here we are going to use the EVNG platform, and in this EVNG platform, we having the virtual firewall. Okay.
PNG platform means?
So this is the EVNG. So EVNG is like that the packet tracer. You know the packet
Yeah.
tracer.
Yes, I know.
You know the GNS3.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So these are the simulators. Similarly, we having a very advanced simulator that is the EVNG. Okay.
Okay.
So this is a advanced. You need a like you get the free license also, but if you want to do the very advanced level teaching purpose and also license is also required. So here no need to worry about that. You will get the free access because you are registered with the. So I was telling like we have to just configure the firewall. How we can do the first configuration of the firewall? So what I have to do, I use this platform, and here I have to add a node. Okay. And from this node, I'll get the firewall that is a Palo Alto firewall. So I'll select that firewall. And after selecting this firewall, I'll just select we having a two OS right now available. That is a PAN OS 8.x and another is a 10.x. So 10.x is the very advanced level of the firewall OS. So I'll select this 10.x OS, and then after I'll just click on OK. Save. So you don't have to use RAM and all. You can see by default it's taking a 4 GB RAM and 2 vCPU. So here is like default setting. So you no need to touch about anything, and just I have to save here. So once I'll save, I'll get this is the Palo Alto firewall. So I'll get the Palo Alto firewall from here. Now let's say suppose you have to configure this firewall. So how we can do that? So similarly, this firewall is down, so you have to start the firewall. So in real world, what you have to do, you have to just install this firewall in the rack, and then after you have to connect with the power supply. And then once the firewall having the power supply, you just have to switch on the firewall power. Then the firewall is going to be on, and then after that, your firewall is a power on. But we are in the virtual environment, so we are not having that power connection and all. So how we can do that? So simply we have to start this firewall, and then after starting, we'll get the firewall access. But if I start that, I'll get the firewall access. That access is going to be console access. Okay. Because we are going to get the CLI access only. But in the Palo Alto, 99% things is going to happen via the GUI, graphical user interface. So how we get the graphical user interface of this firewall? That is again questions. Okay. So let me just try to give that, some like, let me see somehow, or let me just go on the Google, some of PPTs, Palo Alto firewall. So let me just, use any of the picture from this internet. So you can see that in this picture, you can see that we having a different ports available. You can see here And we having the management port, we having the console port, we having this is the console USB bus port, and that USB port also. Backend side we having the power supply and power ports available. So right now I told, if let's say suppose you have the physical firewall, you have to take console via this port. So your firewall is going to connect with the laptop, and then you'll get the console. So this is how you get the console through the firewall for the CLI. But we are in the virtual environment, so that is not possible. So what we have to do, we just have to start this firewall and double click, and then we'll directly get the console access. So that is going to happen in this our scenario. Now another things we have to do, that the GUI access. So how I can take a GUI access? So that basically happen with this management port. So this port is very important. So by help of this port, we have to connect the RJ45 cable from this firewall to your PC. Okay, let's suppose this is your PC, and then after you'll get the GUI access. So hope you understand the difference with the console port and the management port. These two ports are available on the firewalls. Now these are the ports from which actually we're doing the data communication. Whatever the interfaces you having the devices, you can configure the IPs, you can configure the zone, you can configure the IP and subnet mask. That all you are going to do on this different of the interfaces. So that is also possible. But we are not going to talk right now for these interfaces. We'll talk later. So let's focus on that. But another concept we have for management port. Whenever you buy any firewall, by default IP of the management port is 192.168.1.1. So this is the IP by default available on the firewall. So let's say suppose today I purchase this firewall and I have to take a GUI access. So CLI, we know that we have to just connect the laptop with the serial cable and we'll get the CLI. But again, we have to take a GUI access. We want to take the GUI access of this firewall. Then how we can do that? So what we have to require, let's suppose this is my PC. So this PC having some NIC card, and this NIC card need to connect with the LAN cable to this management port with the RJ45. Okay, so these are the connected. Now I have to take the GUI access. So this is connected with the RJ45 cable. After connecting, this management interface automatically have the IP address is 192.168.1.1. Let's say /24 is already configured. By default, this is the range of the IP address /24. So how can I ping this IP address from this machine? Can someone put in chat? This cable is also connected on this NIC of this laptop, right? So how can I ping this IP address? Can someone tell me? This is 192.168.1.1/24.
Sir, first of all, I have to change my laptop IP address,
Yes.
give it the same network, then I have to ping it.
So we have to check our network IP address. And how can check that network IP address? We just have to go in the CMD.
IP config.
Yes. Somehow my keyboard is not working. Something is hang here. But let me just explain. So we can go in CMD and we can check here what is my IP address. So we similarly can go IP config and check what is my IP address. So let's say suppose in laptop I have a different IP address. So what I have to do, I have to change the IP address. I'll give the same range IP address. Let's suppose 192.168.1.2/24. So here is 168.2, here is 1. So I can ping from this to this IP address. They having reachability. Then I'll go in the browser and I can do the HTTPS to this IP address. Then I'll have the GUI access. So let's do the same thing what I explain in my real firewall. So what I have to do, I have to go again lab, and this firewall need to connect with another device, that is the PC. So I'll go here and I'll use that window. Okay, this is my desktop and this is my PC. So I'll take one more PC because I'm thinking I'm just going to talk to this firewall. Now I have to select the cable and I have to connect the firewall, which interface? That is a management. Okay, the same thing I explained in diagram with my NIC card of this PC. That could be the Ethernet, any port number. So I just connected. Okay, now I just connected to dish connectivity. And let me just show you now again the same connectivity we have see here. See that similarly. So connection is done, but we are not sure what is IP address of this management interface. So let me just tell this story I told, that is the actual real firewall story. If you're purchasing very new hardware based firewall from the Cisco, Palo Alto, right? But in the virtual, this IP is not going to configure. So this IP will be not available on this firewall. So you have to configure the IP address manually on this firewall. So how we can do that? Let me just do that. But when you buy the physical firewall, no need to configure. That IP is already available. That is a 192.168.1.1. Okay, no need to do that. By default, that IP address is available. You can change it if you want. If let's suppose you having some other series IP address on your LAN or your network, you want to make on that, you can change that also. Hard-coded IP address that is coming from the Palo Alto firewall to another IP address. That is possible. How it is going to happen? I'm going to tell you right away. So I'll just go and select these devices and start first. So I'll just start the PC and laptop both at the same time. So it is started. So let me just start this PC. So let me see. Somehow. Let me just stop it. I'm seeing some problem with my PC, so it is not starting. So let me just do with HTML console. So that is my first lab. Let me just log out and HTML console, the first lab, then open, and let me just start it. So now I started, and let me just click OK. So see, my PC is getting started. So I started my PC here. And then after I'll just on the firewall. So firewall will take some time and it will start it. So anyone having any question till now? The firewall is getting started.
Yes, Pankaj, Atul this side. How are you?
Hi, Atul. Good. How are you?
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Atul sir.
Hello, hi. So actually, guys, just wanted to tell, we recently got tie-up with one company and they need 100+ engineers. Okay, and but they are asking 2+ years of experience to 10 years experience, and they will be offering 4 lakhs to 20 lakh CTCs. So means they are overall they are going to hire 100 guys, and the job location will be Bangalore, and 70% jobs are in Bangalore, and 30% we have openings in Pune. Okay, and what's their requirement? That any student, they should be very good at routing and switching. Okay, at least a CCNA, CCNP level, and candidates should have at least 2 firewall knowledge, and their first priority is Palo Alto, and second it could be Checkpoint or FortiGate. Okay, so those who are going to enroll or those who are actually going to already Palo Alto students with us, so my team is going to connect with them, those who have CCNP and firewall knowledge, and we will be sharing your resumes with those companies. Okay, we are already in a line with the CSS Corp. We are already in connection with Sophos also, and there are we also send resumes to Palo Alto TAC also. Okay, so because I'm an ex-Juniper employee, I know how to connect what's the requirement of companies. So definitely you guys need to work on your comm skills if the comm skills are not up to the mark. Rest, it's our responsibility. We will be sharing the resumes with the companies. Okay, so this is just an update because the requirement came just today itself for 100 engineers. We need to close by 15th March. So once you enroll, what you will get, you will be going to attend Pankaj sir live batch, but we will giving you the self-paced, the previous batch recordings of Pankaj, so that you will be next 10-15 days, you will at least brush up your Palo Alto, so that you will be able to give some basic interview, and you need to learn the IPsec external. That's the most important topic for firewall. Okay, so yep, Pankaj sir, you can continue. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Atul sir. Thanks for insight. Okay, and briefing us. And one more thing, guys, I would like to add here. This is very true, and I'm telling you, even I have a lot of pain regarding this. Finding a right candidate right now in the market, it's a very tedious job. Candidate doesn't having a right skill as per the company need. Even you find the right candidate, we don't know whether they are going to join us or not. Because if you're having a right skill, you can like guys, can you mute yourself? Hello, Reena, can you mute yourself? So if you're having a right skill, right now market is very much open, and even people having multiple offers same times. Let's say suppose today you have 5 like CTC. Let's say I'm giving the example, and today you resign by getting a CTC of the from next organization like a 7.5. So it is possible you can get another 3 or 4 offers. On top of that, your CTC is going to be multiplied by 12.5 or 15 lakh. I have seen that real time scenario people are doing, because right now market doesn't have right skills to support the Palo Alto, support the SD-WAN, support the LTM, support the Zscaler, and even for the routing, switching, and wireless. Like companies are struggling to hire that. People are taking the offers, and last 2 days, suppose they're having a joining date by Monday or Tuesday, they are just sending a hey, message or email, hey, we are not going to join. So you can think to how the company is going to run their projects. That is a very challenge. So if you are just trying to build your career in this networking and security, this is the right time, I can say, and this is going to be a stay for next 2-3 years. So just upgrade yourself, just get your knowledge like Palo Alto, SD-WAN, in core, routing, switching, automations, everything is required in the market. So whatever thing, even the cloud you're thinking, you can go and learn. Just learn and understand the concept. Learn doesn't mean just complete your syllabus. And the most important thing, communication skill is must. Okay. Even you are very good in the technical skill and you are not good in the common skill, none of the company is going to hire you. Okay, that is another factor. So you have to take care. So okay, so let me just continue with my story about that. Uh, firewall configuration. So this is the PC and this is the firewall. So when I click on this firewall, I'll get that the firewall access, that is the console one. So I can simply go and I just try to use the username and password, that is default one, that is admin and admin. And you can see it is giving the error, that is the incorrect username and password. But this is not the right thing. I'm giving the correct username and password, but the firewall is throwing out it is not the correct username and password. So what I can do, I have to just wait for few minutes. When I just log into the firewall, 3 to 5 minutes, then the firewall is going to accept your username and password. Because when you start the virtual firewall, it is going to do internal process, and after doing the all processes, it is going to be synced, and then it is going to accept your username and password. So you have to wait for some while. Okay. So I'll just keep trying. Probably I have already completed 3 to 4 minutes, but still it is not taking my username and password. So
सर ये क्या बग है या फिर मतलब कि इसका मतलब कुछ मतलब कि प्रॉब्लम है?
this is a normal behavior for the VM firewall for the Palo Alto. Just you can think you have to wait for the 5 minutes.
सर इसको तो फिक्स कर सकते हैं, मतलब ऐसा मतलब कि
no, not fix. Actually, they will take some services start, so it take too much time.
So even this is not something we can say there is a problem. These are the like they having an internal very high resources. Okay, so they have to sync internally, and once they fully sync with all the internal resources, then they are ready to serve you. So we have to wait. Even you go for the SD-WAN labs and all, so you try to log into boxes, it's take time, and it always give you like message, system is not ready, you have to wait. But here probably you're not getting that message, but the meaning is same. Our credential is not wrong. That is something we have to correct. That is something the firewall is processing in backend. Okay, so let me try again and see. This time the username password has been taken and asking please enter your old password. So I enter the username password, then it's asking the again enter the old password. That means the firewall is ready to serve you. So let me just enter the another username and password. So I used the just place the old password. Now it is asking you have to change your firewall password.
What is the old password?
So that is the admin.
Okay.
So the most important thing we have to remember, guys, 8.x.x till here, no need to change the password. Admin was a default. Okay. But after 9 series of the Palo Alto, we have to change the password after the first login. So we are working on the 10x series of the firewall. So we have to change that. So here I'll go there, and after going, I just, what I'll do.
Sir.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
सर
Tell me.
रियल सिनेरियो में तो ये सब जो साइट पे इंजीनियर रहता है उसको करना पड़ता है.
हाँ, अगर आपको कंसोल दिया नहीं है तो उसी को करना पड़ेगा. ओके.
नहीं, रिमोटली कैसे उसको फर्स्ट राइट आउट ऑफ बॉक्स जो भी फायरवॉल रहती है तो उसको रिमोटली कैसे एक्सेस करना.
तो रिमोटली एक्सेस कर सकते हैं ना, वो आपको कंसोल लेकर आपको वेबएक्स पे दे सकता है. यू कैन डू दैट. सेम थिंग.
तो कंसोल पे भी जाने के लिए रियल में जो साइट पे इंजीनियर रहता है उसका काम पड़ता है ना इसमें.
Absolutely, someone have to go on the site and give the console access. Then once you get the console access, आपको ये black screen दिखने लगेगी और आप यूजर पासवर्ड डाल सकते हो आप. You can.
सर पुट्टी के माध्यम से तो इसको एक्सेस दे सकते हैं कोई भी कहीं से भी.
Absolutely.
आईपी पता होना चाहिए सिर्फ.
I'll touch on that. Just to stay on this basic, I got you guys are getting confused here, but not need to be confused. Just think about it this way. We have to take console, okay? And if you have to take console, someone should be available on the site who can share the screen by connecting these two devices via the console cable with their local laptop. And that laptop should have the internet access so they can share the screen. And from there, you can just see this black screen. So that is a one way to taking the console. Putty one something different, okay? How we take the remote access from our jump host. That is another concept. So I'll talk later about that. Okay. So just stay on this concept, how the firewall is going to be configured. So here you can see that if I just run the so run command, so so system, no so run. So you can see here, just hold on.
So sorry to interrupt you, sir. You were giving some information related to the 8.x, right? So can you please explain that one more time if possible?
So system info, just hold on.
Yes.
Okay, I was running somewhere. Yeah, so I was just giving an info that you suppose your firewall is running on that 8.x firmware. You don't need to change the username and password. You just have to use the default username and password. Okay. Okay. That is admin. So not to change the firewall.
When it is coming to 9 series, like so at that point we need to change.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
So here you can see that if I am just trying to log into the firewall and just running the command so system info, this firewall doesn't have any IP address. You can see hard coded. This is a virtual, but this is your physical firewall. This is going to have one IP address. Okay. So this basically virtual. So we don't have IP address. So we have to configure the IP address and see that. Can I complete the first and then we can just discuss the Q&A session? Just give me the 5-10 minutes more. Okay. Then we'll okay.
Yes, sir, please go ahead.
Yeah. So you can see that we having a IP assignment to DSCP. So we have to change that also from the static, and then we have to configure one IP address. So let me just go here and just do that configuration. Okay. So how you can do that? I'll just go and configuration mode and I'll just set. Okay. Device config. Okay. And system type. And here we have to put the static. So after putting the static, the firewall is going to take IP statically, not DSCP. So I'll just put the static. Okay. The next command I have to run set device system IP address. Okay. So I have to define the IP address of the management interface. So what IP address I can define? So let's define the 192.168.1.1. And then it is asking what is the net mask. You can see here So I'll just give the net mask also. So I'll give the net mask is 255, 255.0, and I'll just commit here. So just two things I have done and I just commit it. So I'm just committing from CLI. So it is doing the commit. So after commit, my this firewall management IP is going to be changed, and it is going to be happen is, let me just write here, 192.168.1.1/24, and we'll check the IP address for this PC in later stage. So let me just see if it is completed. So you can see it is in progress, and it will soon complete it. So it completed 98%. So let's wait few seconds more. So you guys see the commit is successfully. So let me just verify again what is my IP address for that, this device. So again, I run the command source system info, and I'll check that. Now you can see that here is my IP address 198.168.1.1, and what is my assignment type is a static, not DHCP. So I have changed the IP address of this firewall. Okay. Another way, how can I verify? So interface all. So probably we're not seeing anything here in the interface because we not configured any interfaces. But if I run the commands for the management, see that I'm seeing the management interface. And in this management interface, I have a more detail, that is the IP address and net mask. We don't have any default gateway configuration. So this is the way you can verify the interface level of the configuration of the management. So it is confirmed the management interface.
सर चेंज किया आईपी एड्रेस, उससे पहले क्या था? डिफॉल्ट आईपी एड्रेस कौन सा था फायरवॉल में?
ये वर्चुअल में कुछ नहीं था, खाली पड़ा हुआ था, ब्लैंक था, राइट?
अच्छा, तो मैनेजमेंट,
हाँ, आप जब परचेज
वेब
करोगे न्यू
ब्राउज़र में से
फायरवॉल,
मैनेजमेंट करने के लिए, वेब ब्राउज़र में से मैनेजमेंट करने के लिए ये आईपी एड्रेस मैनेजमेंट
मैंने डाल दिया,
आईपी एड्रेस, हाँ ओके,
डाल दिया। अगर आप नया फायरवॉल खरीदते तो ये आईपी एड्रेस पहले से पड़ी होती, अगर फिजिकल खरीदते थे, बट हियर नहीं था तो हमने डाल दिया।
अच्छा ओके।
अब हमारे पास मैनेजमेंट में आईपी एड्रेस है। नाउ I have to access this firewall GUI, तो मेरे को पीसी पे जाना पड़ेगा। So I have to go on the PC. So let me go on the PC, and now let me check what is the IP address of this PC. So I'll go on the CMD here, and I'll just IP config, and this you can see there is IP conflict. So this PC already having the IP address 10.1.1.10, and this is subnet mask, and this is the gateway. So that is not good, right? So this PC can't be pinged to the firewall. Let me see, try to ping. This is impossible to ping the firewall 1.1. This is not pingable because our firewall having the IP address is 192.168.1.1. That is completely different in range from the PC. So what I have to do, I have to change the IP address of the PC. So there's the same step you have to do in the real world also. So how can I change the IP address of the PC? So this window is creating problem for me. Okay, somehow I found that. So I'll create from here. And after going that, I'll just change the adapter setting. I'll just click and properties, and here, and then I'll go here. I'll put the IP address 192.168, and I'll just use the next IP address .2. And this is the my, I'll leave default gateway blank, or I can just put the same firewall because we have to go on the firewall only. So I can use this one. Okay. No internet or other connectivity is required. So I'll just click OK. Default gateway is not going to be play any role here because they are going to stay in the same broadcast domain, but still we can put, there is no problem. So I'll just close, and now I'll close. So let me just verify again what is IP address of this machine. So now you can see the IP address of this machine is 192.168.1.2. That is the same range what firewall having the IP address. So what I have to do, I'll just try to ping this IP address 192.168.1.1. That is a firewall IP address. So I ping, it is reachable. So now we are in good shape. So what I have to do, I have to go in the browser again. And after going in the browser, now I have to access this firewall from the GUI. So I'll go here. And after going, I'll just do the HTTPS. Okay. Secure one, not HTTP. And I'll just try to use 192.168.1.1. That is the management IP address of this firewall. So
सर
once I'll
हेलो
put the IP address,
हेलो
yes, tell me. Yeah.
तो ये जो हमने पीसी पे आईपी चेंज किया, स्टैटिक आईपी डाला, तो वो तो जो साइट पे जो कंप्यूटर कनेक्ट किया होगा उस पे रिमोटली हम करेंगे ना, वो जो लोकली कनेक्टेड रहेगा उसका लैपटॉप का हम लोग को स्टैटिक आईपी चेंज करना पड़ेगा।
राइट ये आप
रिमोट
मान चलो कि
कनेक्ट
ये मान चलो अभी इस सिनेरियो में, अभी मान चलो, अभी देखो, जस्ट थिंक अबाउट दिस इज द एफई इज इक्वल टू फील्ड इंजीनियर, ठीक है, ये आपका
हाँ, तो
एफई का
तो मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है कि अगर हम उसका लैपटॉप का आईपी एड्रेस चेंज करेंगे तो फिर वो उसका इंटरनेट चल पाएगा, हम लोग उससे रिमोटली कनेक्टेड रह पाएंगे?
See, your question is very valid. I'm not denying for that. If you change the IP address, आपका इंटरनेट चल पाएगा नहीं चलो, तो you can do a reverse way. जो उसके पीसी में लैपटॉप का आईपी है वही दे दो ना, इसको फायरवॉल को दे दो.
हाँ, वो भी.
That is another
पर
way you can give
हाँ,
that. या ऐसा भी होता है कि रियल इन्वायरमेंट में व्हाट वी कैन डू, फायरवॉल इज गोइंग टू कनेक्ट ऑन द कंपनी नेटवर्क. सो आप कंपनी नेटवर्क के लैन का कोई आईपी दो उसको, जहां पे वो आपका एफई कनेक्ट कर लेगा लैपटॉप किसी अलग पोर्ट पे. सो दैट इज अनदर वे यू कैन गिव. लॉट ऑफ वे यू हैव टू जस्ट एक्सप्लोर दैट. अगर आप ये सब नई चीजें कर सकते हो तो आपको उसको बताना पड़ेगा, स्क्रीन शेयर करेगा कि भाई तू कर, ऐसे ऐसे कर, ऐसे ऐसे कर, ऐसे ऐसे कर, तो फिर करेगा. आपको स्टेप देने पड़ेंगे. तो जो एफई पैलो अल्टो लेके जाएगा साइट पे, they must have a skill to do the basic things, okay? But if sometimes he doesn't know, then you have to guide them, being a engineer sitting in the knock environment or SOC environment, right? Makes sense. So what I have done, I have just tried to do the https, and I'll found that, see that after doing the https I'll found this, you know, screen. So I just have to click on advanced, and here I'll click continue and see the dashboard is opening for the Palo Alto network. And here I'll again put the username of the admin, and I change the password to the Pankaj12. I'll use that, and I'll click the login. And then after, I'll inside of the Palo Alto firewall. And this is the beautiful dashboard of the Palo Alto firewall for the 10.0 series of the iOS version. OS version, not iOS, okay? iOS is for Cisco, OS is for the Palo Alto. So I corrected myself. So, or we can say in better with the PAN OS, okay? That is a more specific. So here you can see after just clicking and entering the username and password, that it redirected to the dashboard. That is a PAN OS dashboard, and we are inside of the GUI of the firewall. So you guys enjoy the flavor of the CLI, how to take the console, how to change the IP addresses. This is the first thing we have done here. And then additionally, we come to know how basically we can take a GUI access and how our dashboard looks like. So now we are in the dashboard, and we having a lot of information inside our dashboard, which I'm going to cover in my training session for every meaning of the dashboards. So every tab you are going to understand. So here we can see the information about the Palo Alto, what is the management IP address, what is the net mask, and what version actually running on the firewall. So see that the software version is 10.0.0, and many information I have. I'll explain a bit more about that while doing the Palo Alto journey for the study. And additionally, we see that how we log in CLI web. So CLI, you can see that when I log in with the CLI, that is this screen, that is a console one. That log is, you can see here, GUI log also, we can see that the web one, that information is also available. Additionally, you can see here we can define the network things. We having the interfaces details, what we have in the interface details, all interface detail we can do here. A lot of tab here: Jones, VLAN, virtual wire, virtual router, IPsec, GRE tunnel, DSCP. We were all going to study, okay, how they are going to work, how they are going to configure. Here we are policies, how the security policy, NAT policy, QS policy, decryption policy, policy-based forwarding, a lot of things we have. So we'll cover, you know, I will enjoy the flavors. And after that, we having the addresses group, application group. We can see the security profile, what I talk about, the antivirus and test fiber, vulnerability, URL filtering, file blocking, wildfire analysis, data filtering, DOS protection. So a lot of things we have to do. So this is how we can log into the firewall, and we will do and interact with the GUI. We can play with the firewall, and we can do the configuration, each and everything what I'll going to cover in the content. So hope you guys understand about the lab perspective, how we are going to do from basic. So this is a 0 step, or we can say baby step we have done today, but we have to do a lot of things because I show you how many lab I've just created. Now you guys can ask the questions if you have anything for today classes, and we'll continue from very scratch, from 0, from when classes is going to be actually start, and we'll discuss each and everything. Yes,
I have a
please.
question for you.
हाँ सर
Yeah, it
मेरा
is going to
We
start.
have Palo Alto cloud security भी provide करता है.
Yeah.
Palo Alto में cloud security भी आता है क्या? अगर हम इस कोर्स करने के बाद cloud security में भी जा सकते हैं क्या? Palo Alto के through?
देखो, one concept you have to remember when you use a word, the security, where the word was driven. So the word was driven itself from the next generation firewall or any firewall. So it was extracted from the firewall technology and put in the cloud. Okay. So concept is going to remain same. Whatever things you are going to use here to protect your network, that the same thing is going to happen in the cloud. But only the interfaces will be changed, because in cloud, your devices is going to stay in the virtual environment. Here, they're the physical environment. So that's the only difference. But the actual origin of the content or the security, they are all remain same. Okay. So hope you understand.
So it is weekly or only a weekend?
This class is going to be Monday to Friday from yes, Monday to Friday, 2 hours daily minimum.
From
7 to 9. 7 to 9.
From which date?
सर
From which day?
Morning
This is going to start by Monday.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
तो सर
Yes.
मेरा सवाल ये है कि इसका कोई कनेक्शन है CCNP के साथ कि मैं सीधा इसको पालो अल्टो को सीधा आई कैन लर्न डायरेक्टली?
No connection CCNP. Yes, there is a concept. You should know the routing, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I do have little knowledge about CCNA.
Yes. So you see, we having a routing protocols also running in this firewall. So I'll tell how we can configure the REAP, how we can configure the static, and how we can configure the OSPF in the Palo Alto. But to be honest, the entire OSPF, I'm not going to tell how it works, what you can cover in CCNP. Even REAP, I'm not going to cover, but how it is going to implement in the Palo Alto firewall, I'm going to cover, and how the redistribution and all is going to happen. So the routing
What
is a
about
little
the
bit
BGP?
part, but BGP we are not going to cover here in this section. Multicast and BGP version 3. 3 things we are not going to cover.
I
If
have
someone
one
having
question.
very specific, then they have to. Yeah.
Sir, actually, I'm
But
basically my profile
if you
is in
guys,
networking.
everyone want to, yeah.
My profile is in
Tell me.
networking. So right now, my planning is that in this year, I have to complete AWS and Palo Alto certification. So some of my colleague tell you are going to network security. Why are you going for the cloud also? So in my cases, cloud security is required. In this firewall Palo Alto concept, can you use on cloud on the?
Okay, now tell me, what is your current roles and responsibility?
Right now, I'm a networking engineer.
Okay, network engineer.
In L3 level in Tata Power project.
Okay. So you are a network engineer.
Yeah.
And you are as working as a L3. Right?
L3. Yeah.
And you are supporting routing switching and
routing
wireless
switching. Yeah.
Only routing switching, right?
And routing switching.
Okay. And from routing switching, you want to go in the cloud.
BGP and MPLS and OSPF. This thing
Okay, I understand. So from routing switching, you want to migrate your career in the cloud, right?
Cloud, yeah.
Yeah. So let me just brief you about the cloud flavors. So even cloud itself having the flavors. One is the normal cloud for the routing switching people. Okay. Where you can play routing, switching, other stuff, like a lot of things we have to do, but not security. Other flavor we have in the cloud security. Yeah, that is another product. Okay. So if you are going to completely do cloud security, so I'm assuming you are coming from the pure security background, not from the routing switching. So that is one thing. Okay. You understand what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
if you want to migrate your career from the cloud, so I would suggest from routing switching, you should first know the routing switching of the cloud, that is the base one, and then you can change the subsection of the security if you are interested. But another substitute, what I can say, I know people are trying to learn this cloud to just upgrade their skills, grow in the in professional life, get higher package. That is the aim.
Yes,
What I know that.
yes,
But
yes.
I'm very honest. If you want the routing switching, okay, it's not something I'm telling which is not relevant. You should upgrade your career routing switching with the SD-WAN.
Okay.
It's one of the security. You just go on this path. I'm sure you can achieve more than 30. Okay, technology, even routing switching with SD-WAN with the Palo Alto or like any of the firewall security policy, you will be champion. You will get like any package if you're having a right validation. I can bet on that. Okay, so if you are looking grow in the career in the right direction, I would suggest, because your base is here. So next, that is this, and this is like security. Palo Alto, any vendor you can choose. Not, I'm just recommending Palo Alto, but you should know for the security.
Actually, my
Okay.
first priority is a Palo Alto. First, right now, I have to learn Palo Alto firewall and certified it. Then I will think about
Yeah.
cloud.
So the second question I'm going to answer you, like where should I go again for the security? So yes, if you done the Palo Alto, your base is going to be very strong. Then you can easily understand the cloud security. But if you directly go in the cloud security, you can understand, but you have to put a bit more effort. Okay, there is no, I can say nothing is impossible for the who is trying to understand. This is absolutely every technology is possible to learn. Okay.
Okay, thanks, sir.
All right, guy. Yeah, you're welcome. Anyone else? Anyone ask anything else?
In how many days it will the Palo Alto course will be completed?
So say it is going to take around 30-hour class, 30 or 32 hours, maybe like that only, based on the past record. So if we are going to continue daily 2.5 hour classes, around 2 hours is minimum, or sometime it is going to be 2.5, or might be a little bit more, not daily, but sometime. So it is going to cover in next 3 weeks. If it is going to start by next Monday, so this is going to be complete in next 3 weeks, and that entire course is going to be completed, because I'm assuming,
3 weeks.
yeah, in March we'll complete. Might be it is going to be a little bit delay because there is a holiday in March, so probably it is going to be 4 weeks. But if there is no festival, that is going to be 3 weeks. I'm sure about that.
Okay, thank you.
Pankaj, thank you for your paper presentation, the given the valuable information. So
You're welcome.
you given all the everything very parallelly, everything as managed and everything. So I appreciate one point to you, which we have given that differentiation about all the firewalls, which is in a well-bred market. That is one I'm very likely. And one more, I have asked the question, which is very relevant to my current job role, which I'm playing into the organization. So I've implemented all VM 500, 300, and public cloud and private clouds. And apart from that, Palo Alto 820 and 900 series firewalls, everything. So, which I have a certified and a CSAM also. So I want to switch over the best, which is then there in the organizations. And currently I'm playing a very vital role in the organization. Entire organization, BRIM administration means business risk manager. So will you suggest on that what is the best for me to look over on that? I have worked with big 4C companies, which is in all the cybersecurity assessments, all different clients also. So this Palo Alto, which you have given the things, it's a very phenomenal. Everything is in a practically you are explained. So there is no missed out on the part. So I appreciate that point of view.
Okay.
Yep.
So, what is the key questions you want to understand? I understand you are more in the cyber security. You are doing the assessment and all. So, how you want to correlate with this session? You want to understand this, or is there any?
Yeah. Actually, no. For how to build in a next level, I was on Dynamo. Why? Because now I have not lived any one thing. So in infra level, all the things I have completed, including server side, including network side, and cloud side, and every part. Only the pending is only for application oriented. That.
So say I already you are know many of technology. So and you're doing the cyber security part and a lot of things audit and all. Okay. So I would suggest you are all rounder. It's always good, but everyone having their also one of the strong zone, which basically put them we can say very on height in their careers. So let's talk about me. Even I'm also knowing a lot of technology, but I still have key strong zone. Let's suppose routing switching. I know that if someone is going to talk about the SD-WAN, I know that if someone is going to talk about the firewall, I know that if someone is going to talk about Zscaler, I know that. So I can bet I'm very much comfortable with this 3-4 technology, and I can do a lot of debate on this. But in addition of that, also I know few very good technology. Even I can do very good on that, but even I have not that much I can say comfort level what I have just in few technologies, because I daily working on that. I have very good experience on that. So similarly, that give me the next level of the height when I just go and talk to the people, okay, and make next level of the give the next level of the observation to that people to whom you are talking. But in addition of that, it also add me you are the all-rounder, because certain technology also that give the additional advantage. So you have to prepare yourself where you want to put yourself, because you are all-rounder. I know that. So you either go to the cyber security, that is a very open market, and that having the very career opportunity. So you want to become a cyber security expert, you can become. But becoming the cyber security expert, it also necessary you should know that the security features, security different vendors, firewall, understanding how they work, how they treat the packet, how they block, how they allow the packet. That is very important to know that. So that is also
Pankaj, you have mentioned everything in very rightly. Why? Because I was working since from the 2000 onwards on this field, but till I've learned a lot of things. So I will take in everything as in a positive, is a negative also positive for me. To know the more of the knowledge of the youngers like you what you given suggestion, very valued suggestion to where I have a stronghold, I need to move on that only. So that is a most important point for to build the career.
Yeah.
But this point of view for the any cyber security, any assessment or in the audit implementation, any CISA audit or any body of NST or any ISO bodies which we have available in the entire world, and HIPS it is there in the safety. These all the bodies will be know the what is the controllers we are using to the organization protection level. That is the most point which is in a common picture. There's a firewall. Without firewall, the no organization will be protected.
Yes,
so
you are right.
Yeah, first basic is in that firewall.
Yeah.
Even it's in a upline or it's a VMware or in a, so security as a service or anything. So nowadays it is everything is in a security as a service currently. So it's in coming up on the entire world. So you have said done everything in a rightly manner. So thank you your ideology and everything.
All right, I really appreciate your insight, Narayana. So, as I explained in the very beginning of this session, without firewall, just like you are leaving your door open of your house and anybody come and just do anything. So same thing, like without firewall, it is not possible to safeguard your network. Either whatever you're doing, the cyber security and any kind of the audit and compliance, that is not possible without protecting your network. Okay. So I do agree with you. That's really great. So moving ahead, next I'm just going to take another question for a couple of minutes if anyone have. Else we can close this session. We can connect again on Monday.
I have
Okay.
a quick question for you.
Yeah, Paul, you're welcome.
Yeah. So
yeah.
the question is the lab, the hands-on. Do we have to build our own lab with Eve Engine, or we're going to have a free lab on your, maybe you have a online access?
Yes, Paul, you are going to get once you registered, you are going to get a free lab. No need to build your own EVNG lab. You are going to get a free lab. Whatever topology I'm going to create here, you are going to get that topology, and you are going to just play whatever I can just demonstrate in the session throughout the session. So let me show you that. So that you are going to get. So no need to worry about that. If you can do, you can build your lab. That fair enough. If you having like curiosity to know how to build the lab, but if you don't, you get the all labs free once you register. See, I have a lot of labs you can see here. So every labs you are going to give get access. So see, I have very nicely prepared each and every labs, and we'll play around these labs, and everyone having this lab access. Okay, once they registered. So no worry about that lab. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, welcome.
Sir,
Any other?
Sir, along with this firewall, which firewall is best for training purpose? Because I'm already using Sophos firewall since 2017.
I just saw you the Gartner. I'm not the right person to just criticize any of the firewalls, but every firewall, every vendor, they have put a lot of effort to make them live their technology. So I can understand people emotions and how much effort they have put it, but still something called the Gartner, who is going to rating. So you can see, suppose is staying in the very challenging or like niche player in the very low category, and other firewall you can see they are on the very high category in the leaders, challengers. So
Yes, sir. That's why I'm facing lots of problem whenever I apply sometimes
so suppose
security jobs.
very less vendor you'll find, a very less company they are using. So that's why might be not getting the good calls for the jobs and all. So I would suggest just already having the firewall knowledge, just do the certification of the Palo Alto and all. You'll get the very good chance to start your growing your career.
Okay, sir. One question is from my side. Yeah, my profile is related to next profile because right now I'm working in manufacturing unit. So in manufacturing unit, the one person is the one man army. So he is also handling system. He is also handling server and for network part also. So which your suggestion is most important to me. Which part is good for me right now?
So do you know the routing switching?
So little bit because they are not.
No, so I would suggest in parallel with the Palo Alto Firewall, you just complete your CCNA first.
No, CCNA I completed.
Yeah,
I completed CCNA. But we are not using so much of OSPF and all the things. We are only using RAP.
No problem. Just do labs. Free labs are available. You can just create your own lab. You can create own routing protocols. You can just play around that. You just learn the technology. Things are very easy right now. If company is not giving, that doesn't mean we cannot do our labs. Even routing switching labs are very easy. Firewalls labs.
No, I'm doing simultaneously because
So
I'm also
just stay with the basic of the BGP, OSPF, and routing protocols, switching protocols, and go with the security. That will give you the next level height in your career. And if you get a chance, go with the SD-WAN also later period of time. Okay, so these are the key technology in the market.
Yes, because for that I am also taking the training from Atul sir, CCNP.
Yeah, so you are already based in hand. So why you are worried?
Okay, because
Okay.
because I have for related to job I have many options. But sometimes it is related to Azure, or sometimes because my profile is a mixed system admin profile also included. So that's why.
No, that's not make a mistake. Okay, I'm saying you not mix yourself.
Okay.
If you want to sell yourself, you have to be you have to prepare one product that is like market demanding, and you have to be very expert in your product. So आपको अपने आप को बेचना है, तो ऐसा नहीं कि मैं आज मेरा मन किया तो आज आम भी ले लिया, टमाटर भी ले लिया,
हाँ,
सब्जी भी ले
वही
लिया.
मेरा
You
क्वेश्चन
cannot
था.
take everything.
हाँ, वही
So,
मेरा क्वेश्चन था.
people will come to buy fruit, so they will go in the fruit market. Okay, they need to buy vegetable, they will go in the vegetable market. They need to grocery, they will go to the supermarket. Okay.
So right now we are on the right track.
Yes, you're in the right place, and probably I'm hoping you will get a very good job in future. Okay, after completing this.
Starts from 1 p.m. to 10 p.m. I was not able to attend the class.
Sorry?
From 1 p.m. to 10 p.m., sir.
What, 1 p.m. to 10 p.m.?
My shift is there, sir.
So how can I help you, bro? So how can I help you? If so, no problem. I can't comment anything because we have this timing only. Okay. All right. So hi. Quickly, guys, ask. Already we are running out of time.
Sir,
So
do
we
we
can
have another tool like Putty or GNS where we can make our?
say GNS, you can make your labs. EVNG, you can make your lab for the Palo Alto. Two platform we have only, but GNS, you have to do your own research how to build a lab setup and all. EVNG, if you are planning, I can help out how it is going to happen. Okay.
Sir, actually, I'm having a question here. Sorry to interrupt you in between. Very good evening, sir. This is Surya.
Good evening. Yes, Surya, tell me.
Sir, actually, after completion of the course, will we get the support from you? Because we are working in a live environments. So after completion of the course, if we have any issues like which was not sorted out by our own after watching the videos and after practicing the lab sessions, so will we getting any backend support from you?
So say, to be honest,
yes, sir.
we having a daily classes, right? We'll meet
Yes,
by 7 to 9 or 9:30 daily. We are going to
Yes,
meet,
sir.
okay, during the classes. So I usually join 10 minutes before, 5 minutes before. This is my best practice, and I just take I just do the discussion, not classes, before I can start the classes. So we just do the random talks. How you feeling? How was your day? Have you any doubt in the previous session? Like we talk about the well-being of this, like overall the syllabus well-being, that talking about your personal, professionals, and how the things is going in the training perspective. So that all I usually do. So during that session, you can just join 5 or 10 minutes before. I used to join that. This is my best practice for every session, and we can talk. Okay, no problem. All right.
The reason why I was asking, like,
so that makes me more sense.
Yeah, I have moved to L3 team so far.
No problem, bro. आप टेंशन बिल्कुल नहीं लो, ठीक है? Yeah, I'll be there on daily, okay? Even sometime you guys having like a very specific question related to Palo Alto, you are not able to solve out as per like what we discuss in the syllabus, what is just so in syllabus. So that definitely I'm going to help out. There is no problem.
Yeah, sir. Last one more question, sir. So we started working on Zscaler as well. So is there any other particular classes for us, sir?
Zscaler. I'm very excited to go with the Zscaler. I know that the pain.
So we started resolving the issues also in first level point of contact and second level point of contacts. But we were in under confusion so far. So we were going through the sessions like what they have provided from them, but it was very complicated sessions. So really, sir, it was very complicated, very complicated sessions, because we were aware of the network completely, like what and all the things we were doing in our organization, but still we were going under sessions. It was taking very long time to complete, first of all, but even after completion also, it is taking very long time to understand what is what. So is there any particular sessions for us, sir, like for
Zscaler session, I love to give. Even if I get labs, I can give one free session to everyone.
Sure, sir,
That's my
sure, sir,
plan.
sure.
I want to do a charity on Zscaler. But the problem is, to be honest, I'm very passionate about technology. Okay, I'm not kidding. Okay, everyone. If I get the lab access, this is a plan. I just give the free session to everyone without any money. I want to do the charity for this Zscaler. But the problem is that we
Yes,
don't
sir.
have labs. But what I can do that,
Yes, sir.
if you're having any specific question for Zscaler, right?
Okay.
To be honest, either the GIA and GPA, two flavors.
Yes, sir. Exactly.
Which I can say I'm very comfortable. If you have any specific question, you can ask during the session. I'll try to help out. Okay.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir. That is
yeah,
very much helpful for
yeah.
us, first
So
of all.
yeah, there is no any problem. You can ask.
Yes, sir. And after that, one more question, sir. Actually, I'm thinking to complete my CCNP by this within 2 months. So, am I need to complete SDN or sorry, sir? Am I need to choose SDN or CCNP, sir? So
just first, why you are so in hurry to complete CCNA, Palo Alto, everything?
Yeah.
Any specific reason?
No, sir. CCNA already completed. So I was certified engineer for routing and switching.
No,
so,
I'm just talking about CCNP and Palo Alto. Why you are so in hurry?
Actually, I have moved to like L3 teams. So just I want to do all these things. So I want to grow up very fastly. That is the reason.
So yeah, you have to do a lot of like effort, like
very much ready. Yes,
okay.
I'm very much ready. So I started working on the lab session also. Like just now we have completed lab session, sir, like basic lab session. So we were having L3 accesses. So just I am checking both the things parallelly. So even now I'm working with the organization and I'm looking into your classes.
Yes. Good. No problem. You can. There's no problem. You can parallelly done and complete your CCNP, learn that automations, BGP routing, switching, and the SDN part also. That is SD-WAN and like DNAC and like automation. I mentioned. So these are technology you can complete in the CCNP in core and NRC. So two modules there, and SD-WAN having a dedicated model. So you can just go with that also. Okay.
Thank you, sir. The class is very impressive, sir, because the way you're explaining today, I learned new things like when you're trying to connecting to this firewall ports, because sometimes we cannot explain things to engineers because field engineers. So today I learned a little bit like next level.
That's like basic. I just mentioned this is the baby step. I just tell you. So probably we just have a lot of things to learn, and similarly we get the like real time scenario examples during my sessions. So
but I felt very new because I never faced this kind of situation before, but I started learning new things. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. So I believe, guys, we have done enough discussion, and we can keep some discussion open for upcoming sessions. So can we connect on Monday if you all allow, or still someone want to discuss something? Yeah.
Yes, sir. We are waiting for that.
Yeah. So I'm very excited for you guys. I can see very
We're
energetic
also very
people
excited.
So let's connect on Monday, and
sure.
we'll again start from very zero. I'm very telling on the Monday again we start from very zero, and zero to become hero. Okay, after completing our sessions.
Thank you,
All right.
Sure, sir.
Thank you.